Boogie woogie woogie. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Razor from Razor 2 coming at you with another guide for you guys that is going to be for the Rust Council beta that is NDA that is coming soon. And this guide is going to be pertaining to the supermarket that spawns in a procedurally generated map randomly on the side of a road inside of Rust. So we're going to cover it, let you know what's inside of it, how it's useful, what you can get from it, and how it can actually help you survive in the Rust Council beta in the very first days. All right, I'm here with our boy Jade Monkey as well from the Boyfriend Squad. Say what's up.
Yeah.
He's one crazy dude. All right, so
What's up? I got a horse. Woo!
So let's go and talk about the supermarket, and we'll see what's up. All right, so with the supermarket in Rust, it's one of the most highly contested zero-tier monuments that you're going to come across in Rust, right? So when I'm usually rolling up to the supermarket, it's incognitus. It's either with a friend or it's by myself, sometimes solo, which is sad. But let's go over the equipment that you're going to need when you first basically land right here at the front of the supermarket. All right, so right now what I'm carrying with me is a regular bow, crossbow, nail gun. Typically I carry 6 to 9 bandages, also some food to gain some health, just in case I get shot or anything in game. And I'll take some sleeping bags as well and lay them on the perimeter when I first enter, probably behind a rock or a tree or in some high grass so nobody knows when I respawn to go get my loot. So I'll put it down just like this. Now, you could put a stash there next to your bag, but typically this is the beginning stages like wipe day, and you don't want to, bring all this loot out. Just bring anything extra that you might have laying around your base as for armor, right? So I had just like some pants and a jacket that I looted with some burlap, shoes, gloves, like a little poncho, and then a wolf helmet. Now I do have to tell you that the wolf helmet is OP. It definitely takes a lot of projectile damage, it has a lot of durability towards projectile damage. So for like key things out of all the equipment, make sure you just have a projectile weapon and your wolf helmet with some crappy armor and you'll be good. So anyways, before you get to the supermarket, make sure you get your health and food and water up. It's very important when you get into gunfights or even melee fights for that matter, because it's wipe day, and guess what, it gets crazy quick.
Everybody's gonna be here. This is such a good monument for the entire wipe, all the time.
So typically when you're looking at the supermarket, when you first approach it on your very first wipe day, you're gonna see a lot of little either satellite bases around it or people that actually build around it, because this in Rust, basically for each monument it has a different rating for radiation. Now this zero tier monument typically has, well, all of them have 0% radiation on site. So what that means is you're not going to be taking any damage from radiation at all. Now there's other tier monuments that have radiation on site, so that means you have to wear some type of clothing on site to protect you from that. Now how you can tell how much radiation protection you have is this little nuclear sign with the percentage next to it inside your inventory. So always keep that in mind when you're coming up to the supermarket. Now, okay, let's get into the juicy part of why you should come to the supermarket with your friends. When you're first starting off in Rust and you're a little beach bum or naked running around and you want to find some easy loot fast, you want to come to the supermarket. Why is that? I'll show you. What spawns at the supermarket? Okay, we have your typical loot in barrels, wooden crates. I would call this like a toolbox or like a little car part basket
or something.
Yeah,
basket. There you go, basket.
And then you have your military crate, which is standard here, and then you have your green card. Now I'm going to go over all the types of loot that you get from each one real quick, and then you'll know. Alright, so in the front, what we were looking at is we had the barrels. Typically with barrels, you can get anywhere from 0 to good loot, right? So here I got some scrap, I got some tarp. You can craft things from these items or gain items from those components that you get out of each barrel. For wooden crates, you can typically get like components like sheet metal we see here, and scrap, which is the in-game currency in Rust. And then here we have the, well, I don't know why it's not letting me access it, but okay, there we go. The car part basket, where you get kind of low quality car parts, but scrap as well, which is 8, which is a big deal because it's definitely 3 more scrap than you can get from a box or a barrel. Now, the most important piece of loot, or actually there's 2 important pieces of loot here, is the military crate, where you can get guns of all types, ammo of all types, and components that are high tier of all types. Now, what you can get component wise could help you craft higher tier items later on. So you could save it, put in your base and whatnot, and then once you get to a certain level of learning certain blueprints for each like weapon or ammo, whatever you're trying to learn, you can get those special components here inside the military box. And you also get another 8 sweet scrap from this box as well. The other important piece of loot that I see here now is the green card. Now, there are many monuments in Rust. There's 3 types of cards in Rust: green card, blue card, red card. But we're going to focus specifically on the green card for this monument. This is a 0 tier monument, and some other 0 tier monuments require a green card because there's a puzzle inside of them that you access with this card in order to get into it, to get this special said loot inside that monument. Here you gain this green card, and other monuments you use it to get into of a lower tier. Other things that you can do inside of the gas station that are very useful for beginner players is, you guessed it, are the famous recycler. This recycler is located on the back side of each supermarket that's it basically spawns in. You get a recycler, you can take the loot that you don't need, you can grind it up and get resources or materials in order to craft different things you want to craft in Rust. I don't know how another way to put it. And that's what's important. You want to make sure you bring a battle buddy with you at all times when you're using the recycler here, because obviously it's not safe. This is a very heavy conflict zone. But if you want to just gather the loot, take it back to your base, and go to the outpost down the road, that would be better for you, because that is a safe zone for all players in Rust. And guess what? You can recycle there as well, freely, without worrying about you getting capped with your friend and losing all the loot at the supermarket. Now,
Yes.
one thing I'd like to point out is with the supermarket, there's a lot of, even though it's a small monument, there's a lot of good things to it. When you're PvPing, you can jump on a lot of different types of like surfaces in order to get kind of like high ground on your opponent. Take them out, you're done. I.e., climb on the roof, get the high ground, whoever's running up, get rid of them. There's many ways to get up top. There's also loot on top as well, wooden crates. You can take the ladder there, or you can jump on this little fuse box on the side on top of the barbed wire to get on top really fast. And it's actually faster than the ladder sometimes. So, pro tip, do this, okay? If you're not good at clutch jumping, like Jade Monkey,
I'm the worst at clutch. I'm the worst at jumping in general.
yeah, don't take the barbed wire away. Just climb up the ladder and pray that you don't get waxed. But
Yeah.
how when you guys are looking at this information and you're taking it in, it's your first wipe. what else is the supermarket good for, right? That's what we ask ourselves when we first approach certain areas inside of a game when we're first playing it. And let me tell you, another good thing to the supermarket is it's good for your overall survival. What can you get from it also is food and water. It's one of the most important things in an open world survival game. Here, you get like anti-radiation pills, which you could take those when you go to monuments that typically have radiation in them, even though it dehydrates you real bad. Or you have food. You have tuna, granola bars, stuff like that, apples. There's also like water jugs here as well. I can't see one right now, but they spawn here along with water bottles. Those are important to take with you as soon as you drink the water out of them if you need it, because once you do, you can take it back to your base, and if you find a freshwater resource, you can fill them up and store them in your base. Now, this is the reason why this food is so important is A, it helps you gain your health back, and B, it helps you survive. So remember that when you're coming to the supermarket. Another notable thing to look at when you're approaching the supermarket is it's on a road. In Rust, you have cars and horses and helicopters. Helicopters can land on top. Cars can obviously take the road along with horses. And you have to be cognizant of all these like threats as you're looting the supermarket. I don't know how many times me and Jade have been in a supermarket and the cars rolled up on us and they took us out and they took all the loot after we were just getting it and gathering it up. So when you're playing the supermarket, make sure you have a battle plan, battle buddy, and you get the loot and get out. My recommendation is not to use a recycler in a pinch. Maybe in a pinch during the beta, yeah, but it's going to be so chaotic in the beginning. And when people find out that this is one of the low-tier places where you can get high-tier loot, they're going to definitely be here all the time. So, yeah, that's basically my life in the supermarket.
Expect that, right?
Mm-hmm.
All the time.
But the purpose of this guide is for all the council people to see it and know what we're talking about, like, and know where you can get the green cards to level up within, you know, your blueprints and getting higher tier loot as you progress through Rust. Now, if you guys like the content, you liked what you see, definitely drop a subscribe, drop a like, and this is just for you guys. This guide is for you to progress through Rust. I hope you enjoyed this. Me and Jade definitely will be playing the Rust Council Beta because we know it's coming out soon. And this is little pro tips and tricks that you need to know when you first start on your very first wipe day. Anyways, I can ramble on for days about the supermarket, but thanks for stopping by, and I will see you soon in the Rust Council Beta because I'm going to clap you. All right.
Woo!
See you later.